Southerners are crazy about that sweet tea shit. Oh my God. And you guys are getting kind of close down here. You guys got some of that sweet tea. Oh, the Indiana heckler ladies like, that's right, sweet tea. Peyton for president. Come on.
Funny Bone Comedy Club is Bloomington's first and only full-time comedy club. We do shows Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. We do 5 shows a weekend with an out-of-town comedian, sometimes 2, and Wednesday night is an open mic night. Bloomington is a very unique town for a lot of reasons, but when it comes to booking comedy, it's no different. You have to be very careful not to bring people that are really, really, really offensive. And when I say that, I don't mean someone that pushes the envelope, that's fine. But, you know, if you are telling just overly, you know, offensive jokes, I mean, Bloomington is a very liberal-minded town, you know, for the most part. And then there's another faction of the city that is, you know, just the opposite. But most everybody, you know, has a button, and we have to try to be careful not to push those buttons too often.
Oh, I get nervous on camera. No, I'm kidding. This is my 3rd time here. I came here a little over a year ago. The first time I ever came to the Funny Bone in Bloomington, Indiana was a little over a year ago with Doug Benson. And then I came back to headline around April of 2009, so this is my 3rd time back, 2nd time headlining. You know, being a touring, a nationally touring road comedian means spending a lot of time in airports and eating at chain restaurants. No, it's really, you know, the traveling does get old a little bit, but the going all over the country is great. I mean, like going to different clubs and different countries. I've been to Iraq and Afghanistan. I'm setting up a tour in Australia. So it's really, and you get to see this country and the world in a way that most people don't when you're a comedian. Because making a bunch of people laugh, I mean, you see what is funny and what isn't in different cities and states and regions and stuff like that. It's really cool.
Comedy Caravan is basically a comedy group out of Louisville that is run by a guy named Tom Sobel. So he's the one that books all our comics, and he gets them from all over the place. I mean, mostly from the Midwest, but we get some people from like New York and stuff too. And it's really hard to get something cohesive that engages the audience for like a whole half hour or however long their set is.
Well, I guess it's just something that, I think it's something that most people, just getting in front of a group of people and telling jokes is something that I think terrifies most people. It terrified me too. So I don't think it's something most people, maybe they all want to try, but they never would do that to themselves. So an open mic, you get up and anyone can do 5 minutes and see if it works or not.
You know, typically our open mic night is filled with mostly students, and I think that that's something that's going to happen in a college town just because, you know, people have told their friends, "Yo, you're so funny," you know, and we have had, of course, non-students as well. The open mic night at, you know, what we call Bloomington's Last Comic Standing has been probably the most exciting part of this club from the beginning. And when I say that, when we opened the club, there was probably only maybe 2 comedians in Bloomington that were even close to being ready to perform on a weekend show. You know, when I say that, like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you know, with a professional comic. And now there's probably 7 or 8.
What is my advice for a young comic? The best advice I can give you is to go on stage as often as you can in as many different places as you can. That's the only way you're going to get good.
I think it's a hard job being a comic, and it's hard to get your foot in the door. And if you can't get a gig on stage, you can't show people how funny you are. So I think it's a really good venue for that, for like getting people their start, you know.
I would just say that, you know, it's emotionally, it's hard. Like because you have to care about it a lot to do it well. And if you have a bad show, you get very depressed. And then you go and have a good show, and you become psychotically elated. So it's sort of this manic depressive cycle that if you can deal with that, then you're gonna be okay.
Anyway, that's my time. You guys have been great. Thanks a lot.